it's still on my, but it's kind of dead. So that's another kind of very, a little bit silly thing that like Buddhists do. So we're always busy with doing something. So I saw there's an ant that went into here, and then of course it drowned, so it's dead. So I can either just, you know, go out and wash it, or I can think this is also a sentient being sitting on my finger for the camera. Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have to go into depression, oh, you know, the ant died, and it's my cup, and what's my karma, and all this, no. There was no intention whatsoever. It was, yeah, I could have covered it, and then she wouldn't have gone in. But anyway, so what you can do when that happens, you see the ant, you recite Medicine Buddha mantra, and then you blow on it, and you wish it a good rebirth. Then, as we discussed yesterday, it's a good thing that it died. You know, if it would have continued a few more days or a few more weeks as an ant life, but nobody dared to say mantras when it died, then, see, so this is how complicated the whole thing is. And then a friend of mine who are Buddhists, actually this couple was very rich and has this association, so of course they try to also, you know, to pass on these values to their children. So then it's only now the daughter of now is 40, so they also say if you find a dead insect, then say Om Mani Padme Hum and then blow on it. Daughter now with 40, she comes and says, you know what I did when I was a kid? So I saw these ants, living ants, on the table, like going. This one is very attaching. On the table, oh, I'll put it here. And so I went like, but they were living, I went like, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. This is how, and wishing them a good rebirth. So they're how one can misunderstand the whole thing. And even thinking that one is doing a good thing. Okay, so let's go on a little bit, because it's afternoon, we do patience, because we probably won't get any further than that, because that's a big topic, but it doesn't really matter, you know what 6 perfections are, and also the others, there's not so much to discuss, but to do, especially with the concentration thing, you know, like you have to sit and then see how these things develop, and with the wisdom, it's like, yeah, we'll do one whole weekend on wisdom and on emptiness. So we'll have more time to go into that. But so we will do a reflection, because this is how the mind transforms slowly, slowly. You hear the teachings, and then you think, well, does it make sense? Is it something I would like to practice? And you can, same as with the pharmacy, same as with the therapies, you say, oh, this appeals to me, but this no. So you take whatever is good for you, it's fine. You don't need to take the whole package. It's fine, whatever you think, oh, this is something I could try out, this makes sense, then you take that. Maybe with time more, you know, more comes to it, maybe not. Maybe you throw it out of the window at one point, it's fine, you know. It's fine. I'm not getting points with the Buddha if you become Buddhist or anything like that. So yeah, so we need to see if first we need to hear the teachings, and then we reflect on them, but when the mind is calm, you know, and you see, well, what's the value? You weigh up, kind of, what would be the benefit if I take on this view? Because all this, what we talk about, is just views. There's no absolute truth in there. It's just totally relative, according to what goes on inside, outside, and whatever. So they are just views. So the views are there to help us. Religion should be there to help us, to be more peaceful, to be happier. Not just me, but everybody around me also. And my happiness totally depends that other people around me are happy also, because it's only then that I'm protected, you know. Your enemies, you need to make them your friends, because then you are protected. Because if they feel like they're your friends, no, I mean you, so. Again, I'm not talking about political situation there also, I don't know what to do. If I would know, I'd be world famous. So I don't know what to do. So then you reflect on these things, and then when you feel that the mind is starting to go that way, then they say you meditate on it. That means when you get a feeling or a sensation of, oh wow, yeah, it is so, then you put your mindfulness on that sensation, yeah, so that then it becomes part of your life. And it's, unfortunately, I have to say, a very long process. It takes a long time for the mind to transform. It's not a quick thing. It's not an instant, kind of, you hear it once, you got it here, then you can do it. And this is the problem with us Westerners, because intellectually we understand very, very quickly. It makes so much sense, this whole thing, you know. It's so logic, this whole thing. But then it's easy to practice, it's easy to do because our tendencies are very, very deep. So understanding it intellectually is the first thing. But then you need to get familiar, you need to make the mind familiar with it by reflecting on it again and again and again and again. And so now we'll do the reflection. How do I feel when I remember a negative action that I've done? How do I feel a negative action that has been done to me? And you're not doing anything. You're just staying with the sensation that it brings up. If nothing comes up, nothing comes up. Don't manipulate anything. Maybe it's too painful to think about it. So, you know, then what happens when I think about a good, positive action that I've done? How do I feel? And what happens when somebody is helping me, who is kind to me, how do I feel then? So I want to end with positive. Because positive is our nature. This is why it feels good. This is why it feels good. So, and just to experience the sensation, what it leaves behind, what kind of traces that it leaves. And then the mind slowly starts to understand, and you know, in whatever it will go is up to you. Okay. So I try to sit with a straight back, but somehow relaxed. And to do that again, we do a few minutes of breathing with your whole body. It's such a simple method for the body to relax. And please pay some attention to your face, your jaws, your lips, your cheeks, sometimes even your ears, and especially your eyes or the area around your eyes. So when you breathe out, you think that you totally let go, you totally open up. Or also, in order to let go of tensions, you can, by breathing in, you can think, I am open to whatever wants to come. That gives you so much space and shows us that we have courage. And as you breathe out, you become very wide, very spacious, very open. So whatever works better for you, the breathing with the whole body, or the paying attention to parts of the body. When you breathe in, you experience the sensations. When you breathe out, you become wide and open, totally spacious. To as much as possible relax. So for the moment there's nothing else to do than just to be here. Nothing to figure out, nothing to understand, nothing to prove. Me from my side, I definitely accept you the way you are. And for me the way you are is good enough. So if it's not good enough for you, that's your own problem. In my eyes, you're all very good people, because you're trying, and you're putting effort into this whole thing. I mean, how much more wonderful can that be? Try to acknowledge that, to appreciate that, to appreciate your own goodness. then try to, but not to judge yourself, just in order to understand something. Try to remember an action that you did that was unethical. Don't think so much about the other person, just more think about yourself. Like first, what was the quality of the mind? Was it wide, open, spacious? Or was it totally narrow? You can pick whatever action you want to pick, be it even killing an insect, you know, or taking something from somebody, cheating on your partner. Telling lies, screaming at somebody. And don't go into guilt, not much point. Don't even put a label or a name to the sensation that comes up. Just experience it. And allow to see its nature also. Because it's dynamic and it's also changing, it's also impermanent. So don't make this too heavy, please. Because then the ego comes in again and then we don't want to look anymore. So screaming at somebody, harsh words, or, you know, spreading rumors about somebody, dividing groups because of our words. And then gossiping, wasting a lot of time. We can look especially at these 7 actions of the body or the speech. Then you turn the whole thing around and you try to remember or to see what kind of sensations usually in the chest, that come up when you remember occasions or situations. A bit difficult. Somebody tried to kill you. I hope it hasn't happened. Maybe you were, you know, poisonous snake or something like that. Or when somebody stole your things, maybe for the ones who've been to India, it can happen quite frequently. The first few moments, just that. Or if it has happened, and this will be very painful, your partner cheated on you, or you were fought, I think it's too strong. Just think like that, you know. If it has happened, the sensation when you realize your partner is going off with somebody else. Or when you heard that somebody had spread rumors about you, somebody lied about you, and how we feel when somebody screams or shouts at us. And nothing is happening, it's just remembering it, by the way. So when we look at the sensations that come up, when we think about our own negative actions, okay, they're not pleasant and they're narrow, a certain tightness or narrowness in the heart. But it's not so bad. Whereas if we remember, like when things have been done to us, if we haven't dealt with them, whatever comes up, oh, it's very strong. Hurts. So when we do the actions to somebody else, we don't feel how it hurts. We're not aware of it. So that, thinking about our own negative actions, that it hurts and that we're connected to that pain, it's good. Because that will maybe give us the chance and the wish to change something, to create less of these memories. That's the sole purpose for reflecting on these things like that, the wish to change. The wish to transform. I'm sick and tired of being pushed by my negative emotions. I do not want to hurt others anymore. Because when it's done to me, I understand. Only then I understand how it feels. Okay, so now you remember, like when you did the positive action, simple stuff. Somebody needed help, somebody needed assistance. You had the skills, you had the means, you were able to help, you did it, no big deal. Look at the quality of mind you had then, and look at the sensation that comes up now when you think about this action. As I said, no need to make a big story out of it. Just be in contact with the sensation. Can be more than one occasion, just whatever memory comes up. Go along with it and check the sensation that you can feel in your body. And then to finish the reflection, just remember one occasion, more than one occasion, you needed help. And somebody very readily said, yes, of course I can help you. And they did help you. The quality of mind that we have when we realize somebody likes us, they help me. And then the gratitude that comes with it. So you connect with that sensation. Don't label them good or bad, just experience them, that's enough. Maybe if you remember a person that has been kind to you, then you just say a very simple thank you. So kind of you. Is it obvious for everybody? Did you feel something? So we have a choice. We do have a choice. And now it's lunchtime, so again, before you eat the food, think about all, first Mother Earth, who works very hard to feed us. Because if she would be a human, she would have thrown us off long ago. If she would be a deluded human like we are, just taking, or at least expecting a thank you. So she would have said, look, I'm sorry guys, I'm sick and tired of you, I mean, I think there is this joke, there's these two planets who meet each other and they ask each other, how are you? And one says, oh, I'm really bad. I said, what's happening? And the one who's really bad says, Homo sapiens. So, yeah. So if she would be not equanimous, if she would be like us, she would have said, look, sorry guys, I mean, that's it. Maybe that's what she's starting to do, I don't know. But we can at least say thank you that until now she's still feeding us, and all the beings who are involved in feeding us, not just the humans, but also the animals, like the insects, the worms. Like in Sweden, they use pigs in order to make the earth really soft, because they walk on it. In the city of Göteborg, it was like they wanted to make urban gardens, like in the middle of the city. So for about a year, they put 3 pigs there, in order to make the earth soft, because with their very Israel won't work, isn't it? So, but then also the pigs, of course, they were not said, oh, thank you very much, now you can go on a pension because we didn't have to make machines come, thanks to you, they were killed and eaten. So then Katja, who is a Russian lady in Göteborg, every day she went to recite mantras and showed them pictures of the Buddhas and all this. So animals also work for us. So, and then people prepare the food and pack it or transport it or whatever. So please enjoy it. You have a duty to enjoy it, because otherwise all this effort is for nothing. Do you know how it is when you, with a lot of effort and with a lot of love, you prepare something and then somebody comes and goes, blah, I don't like this. One thing is, don't throw it away, please. Leave it out, say it's available if you don't finish your food. Leave it out so people can take and like that. And then this very nice mind, so to think, so many beings are in this plate having worked for me. Thank you very much. And that's such a simple word, and it creates such a good feeling. Just to say thank you. Even they're not here, it doesn't matter. But we can still say thank you in our hearts. So please enjoy the food. If you want, and this is what Buddhists do, they first offer it to the Buddhas, and they offer it on behalf of all other beings, right? So that because they don't know how to offer, they have nothing to offer, so they say, all the positive energy that comes from offering this food now to all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, I offer it on behalf of all the hell beings, the Hambikos, the humans, the animals, the Suras and Suras, the beings in the Bardo, the beings in the form realm, the beings in the formless realm. So I might have told you the story of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, because when he starts to offer, because he offers to the Buddhas individually. So they were on the plane, and after maybe 2 hours of offering, the flight attendant, she comes and she says, look, I'm sorry, I have to take it away, we're landing. And Roger, his secretary, said, oh, look, he hasn't even touched it yet. Would you just please keep it another 5 minutes? Lama Zopa Rinpoche takes the plate, or like the tray, and she gives it to the flight attendant. He says, no, it's okay, I offered it. I finished offering, you can take it. So he has the food to offer it, not to eat it. That for him is more important, to offer the food to the Buddhas, because he's so grateful to the Buddhas, that there is a Buddha who shows the way to enlightenment, so he can also go that way. So I can see the difference between him and me. It's like, yes, I do offer it. But then if somebody says, oh, you offered it, can I have it? I'm not saying. Maybe. If it's today, I would say, yeah, it's fine, because of course it's a lot of other food around. So like that. Yeah. So this is a realized being, absolutely no attachment. Absolutely not. And the benefit from offering goes to all those beings. May they be happy. May they find what they need, you know. Oh, I would like to be like that. Okay, so please enjoy the food. Then we meet again at 2 o'clock, and we decided you have half an hour discussion group where you will discuss, like, not so much discussing, it's more sharing. And you share like when you made, maybe in your life, maybe it will be half an hour silence, I don't know. But maybe in your life you made a conscious effort of changing some unethical behavior, and then just to tell others what happened. Your experience, maybe it will change for the better, maybe for the worse, whatever. Be honest. And that's the main thing. Be honest. Don't put on a kind of, you know, don't cook something up. Be honest. And we do that half an hour. Then you have short break, like pee-pee, this, that. 15 minutes maybe, and then you come back here. So 2, 2:30, yeah, so 2:45, I meet you again in here. Okay? And then I go on until 4. We talk about patience, do then again a dedication in terms of like reflection, dedication, the good energies are important. Then Maya finishes with a talk half an hour. Okay? Then it's at 4:30 we done. Okay? Well, we have no choice, you know, I decided.